Good morning everyone, and welcome to the countryside in the UK that is too white. Too white? What's that meant to mean? Yeah? Now I've been thinking about this over the last few days, and if you haven't seen the previous video that I made regarding the future annihilation of dogs in the UK based on cultural differences and diversity, the next video is about diversity and how it's a load of crap. So do subscribe and do turn notifications on. I'll be releasing videos once a week and then more if it takes more traction. I cannot believe how many people have been watching the video on the demise of the UK dogs due to cultural differences. Pandering to cultures that are guests in our country. We'll come on to that, that's a different subject. Is the UK countryside too white? Yes, it is, but there's a good reason. And this is my thought. I've been thinking about this. And these are my thoughts. Here we are, beautiful. Look at the little ducks. This is the countryside. And this is where our diverse population in the UK come at weekends. And that's great. That is absolutely great. Come, I'm going to take you into Castleton, Derbyshire and show you how diverse on a weekend Castleton really is. Yeah? So we'll take that in a future video. So what the government and all these left-wingers are shouting about is not necessarily wholly true. But is it too white? I guess it is too white, but really? Really, is it too white? What are we actually saying when we say it's too white? Are we saying that there aren't enough Asian people? There aren't enough black people? I don't know. But let's understand it in the village that I live in, with my other half, who is from the Philippines. And by the way, she isn't 21 years old. She's just as old as me. Yes. With our white Bichon Frise dog, who's French. That said, she doesn't bark in French. She doesn't go, woof, 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 woof. Yeah, she doesn't do that. She's just a normal dog. Yes. I'll tell you the story about Susie the Bichon Frise in a future video. It's a bit of a sad story, but it is what it is. I'll tell you about that in the future. Why is it too white? Why is it too white in the UK countryside? Because the money is different in the UK countryside. That's why. Just have a look around here. How would you like to live here? It's beautiful. We are very fortunate. Aren't we, Tina? Fortunate to live here. We're very fortunate to live here. Yeah. This way? Do you want me to follow you? Okay. Ah, there's the sheep up there, yeah. Am I following you? I shall wait here. There's some sheep up there and the dog's off the leash. So, the money is different in the countryside. Let's think about townships and where the townships or the cities are less white. Yes. Hang on, let's get this right. Yes, where they are less white. The reason for that is, from a business perspective, transactions are quick and many. So that's why they have lots of shops and things like that. Of course, you have professionals that are not white, that are doing banking and computer programming and nursing and healthcare and all this good stuff, and education and all that good stuff. Yes? But they tend to deal with transactions that are of low value from a profit perspective, but high turnover. But out here in the countryside where all your food is made, yeah, and put in Tesco's, Asda, Lidl, all that good stuff, not necessarily Lidl because they're mainly from abroad, but you know, I'm just saying, all those are large transactions. Do you understand how much it costs to buy a simple tractor today? We're talking £250,000. £250,000. And they depreciate. It's not as if they go up in value. They do not. Now she's walking off. Let's see if I can get through this mud puddle. They do depreciate over the passage of time. They're not an appreciating asset. But that said, they do last a long time. If you look after them. Yeah? Whereas our less than white people are not going to go out and spend £250,000 on the 80-20 rule. On the 80-20 rule. They're not going to spend £250,000 on a tractor and then have to get everything else that works with the tractor to allow food to be put on your table. Yeah, they're looking at small transactions. Get a loaf of bread, buy it for 50 pence, sell it for 75 pence. 25 pence profit. And whether they pay tax, that's another subject. That's a future video. It's amazing. Anyway, in our village, if we are too white, we have a Chinese takeaway. We also have a Chinese restaurant. We have an Indian restaurant. We have an Indian takeaway. We have a pizza bar. We have a medical centre that has Asian doctors, which are great. They're absolutely great. Yeah, there's no problems here. Of course, in our small village, we also have 3 Turkish barbers. That's a different subject. That is a different subject. But we do have, look, here she's coming. Susie, puppy dog. Susie. There we are, someone's shooting. You might have heard that. We have guns in the countryside as well. Then that said, they have guns in the cities, but for use for different reasons. So the difference is, our diverse communities that are not white are generally not willing to spend £250,000 on a tool where profits from creating said food that goes on your plate are very minimal. Maybe it's the too white population from a profit and loss perspective that are a bit stupid. Yeah? I don't know. You tell me your thoughts. Less than white, too white. The UK countryside is too white. There we go. Tell me your thoughts. And watch out for the next video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. More controversial subjects coming up. See you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.